Hey guys, it's your favorite music teacher here, Mr. Ridley, and I am so excited to see you guys this week. All right. Before we get started, there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about just to make sure that we're all on the same page. Okay. So the first thing is that I know there's a lot of friends who've been wondering, where am I at the time that you guys have an online class? Well, unfortunately, Mr. Ridley's teaching classes in person the same time that you have online classes. So there's a lot of times where I'm just not going to be able to join you in those classes. But that's why I film this stuff ahead of time, so that way you guys still have an activity that you can do during your music time. All right. The second thing is, when is your assignment due? If you are a class that's Monday through Thursday, your assignment is going to be due on Friday, always at the end of the week. And if you're on Friday and you have music, your assignment is always going to be due that upcoming Monday. All right. And the last thing I want to talk about is how long the assignments actually are, because I've had a couple people say, well, I finished the assignment pretty quickly. Or I've had some friends say, hey, this assignment's taking me a little bit longer than the 45 minutes. Each one of these assignments is up to you. You go at your own speed. Some friends, it may take them only 30 minutes. It may take them 20 minutes. Some friends, it may take them the entire 45 minutes. It may take you a little bit longer. But that's why we have these videos up here, so that you can really take your time and make sure you do a good job on the lessons, okay? And if there's any in an assignment that I'm asking you guys to turn in, if you're having any problems filling out the assignment, please feel free to message me. You can submit the work on Class Dojo. You can also email me the work as well, all right? As long as I know that you guys are doing the work, submit it to me any way that's possible, as long as I'm getting that work, all right? So last week, we started to talk about two things in particular. We started to talk about a beat and a rhythm, right? But before we actually talk about those two things again, I want you to pause this video when I say go. I'm gonna let you do two Just Dance songs, all right? So the first one you're gonna do is Power, which is one of my favorite songs, has a lot of good beats and a lot of good rhythms in that. And then the second song you're gonna do is Waka Waka. And if you know me, that is Mr. Ridley's favorite song, okay? So when I say go, you're gonna pause this video and I'm gonna let you play those two Just Dance songs, have some fun, and then come back to this video. You ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you just did some Just Dance and had some fun, and now we're gonna continue on with what we were talking about last week. So like Mr. Ridley said earlier, we were talking about two things in particular. What is a steady beat? And one was a rhythm. So what I want to start off talking about first is the steady beat. Remember, the steady beat stays the same in music. The video that we watched last week talked about the steady beat being the pulse, being the heart of music. And it's just like your heart in that it stays the same. Your heartbeat is gonna stay the same. The only time your heartbeat changes is when it's going faster. When you're excited and you got energy, your heart is beating faster, right? But when you're tired or you're ready to go to sleep, your heart is beating a little bit slower. And it's the same way with music. So, as a reminder, what I want you to do is you're going to pause this video. I'm going to ask you to go back and look at that video that we talked about last week, the music show that is explaining what a beat is, and then you're going to come back to this, okay? So when I say go, go and watch that and then come back to this. Ready? Go. 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, remember, a steady beat stays the same. It doesn't change. So it's going to go. Like if I wanted to sing Old Town Road, the steady beat would be, I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride until I can't no more. That's the steady beat, right? I was only clapping one time and it stayed the same. If I wanted to make the steady beat faster, I'd clap faster. I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride until I can't no more. Just like that, if I wanted to make the beat slower, I would clap slower. I'm gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road. I'm gonna ride until I can't no more. So that is what a steady beat is. It lets me know how fast or how slow the song is gonna be, all right? Now I wanna move on and talk about something else, that is the rhythm. Remember, a beat and a rhythm are not the same thing. A beat stays the same. A rhythm is made up of long and short sounds and it changes, okay? So what I want you to do is you're gonna pause this video and then you're gonna look at the one about rhythms that we also talked about last week, all right? When I say go, go at it. Ready? Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So again, when you just watched that video, you saw that there was a couple of different rhythms that they talked about. They talked about specific notes, but there's a couple of different rhythms that they talked about in that video that were all different. None of them were the same. All right. So the activity that we were doing last week was all about rhythm, and that was the cup song. So let's just do it one time to make sure that we got it. The rhythm of the cup song was. That's one rhythm that repeats over and over, right? But the words I'm singing are a different rhythm. I bought my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottled waters for the way. And I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow, what do you say? Those were two different things, right? So that explains more what a rhythm is, okay? So now I want you guys to play a really, really fun game. And this game is called Incredibox. This game lets you create different rhythms and you're gonna put those rhythms together to create your own song, all right? So let me see if I can bring it up and kind of show you guys a little bit what it looks like, but you'll be able to see more of it when you are working on it at home, okay? And this assignment is a really fun assignment, so I want you to really take your time and play with it. Have fun. There's different versions that you can actually use. So we go ahead and get this Incredibox up here. When you get the activity, this is what it's going to look like. This is the page that it looks like. It's going to look like that. That is Incredibox. So what we're going to do is you're going to click on, go down. It says try web version, and it also says download app. We are not going to download anything. So we're going to try the web version right here. Click on that. You're going to see that it's loading. It's got to load, take its time. You will see that there are 4 different versions that we can choose from. There's actually 7, but these bottom 3 versions are ones that we're going to stay away from. So we're going to look at these ones, okay? You are more than welcome to play with the first one, the third one, and the fourth one. But the one that we're going to look at and work on today is the second one. So when I click on that, it's going to come up. Give it a second. It's a little slow. It's had a long weekend too. That's what it looks like when it's loading.
It's still loading. It's taking a long time.
So when I click on the play button, it pops up. This is Bob. These different symbols down here are all different rhythms. So what I can do is I can click on this rhythm, drag it up, put it on Bob. And it's making different rhythms. E, 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 E. And so I just added 7 different rhythms to help create a song. So that is what we're going to be looking at and working on today, all right? So again, there are 4 different versions that you're more than welcome to try and play with at home, but the assignment is going to be on version number 2, and I'll make sure that I put that in your actual lesson, all right? So what's going to happen with that assignment is you will also see an empty blank piece of paper that looks just like this. All right. With this paper, you see 1 and 2. I really, really, really want you to do both, but I really want you to concentrate on writing one song. Okay. What you're going to do is there's 7 squares, just like there were 7 people that were Bob or for Incredibox. You're going to choose 7 of those symbols that you saw earlier, and you're going to do your best in drawing those symbols, okay? Now, this isn't an art class or anything like that. So Mr. Ridley's not going to critique you and say you did a bad job of how you drew your pictures. Because to be honest, Mr. Ridley's not the best at drawing, all right? So as an example, this is the blank one. This is one that Mr. Ridley filled out. So you can see that my drawings aren't the best. But you can also see that each drawing is very different. That way, when I look at your picture, I can tell which symbol you wanted, and then we can add that symbol to the song, and we can create your own song, okay? So this is Mr. Ridley's example. But I also want you to see an example of a student that's here in school that they did it. All right? So this is a student that she did it. And she did a really good job on hers. She took her time, and each one of those drawings, I can tell the difference between them to where when I actually go and click on those different icons, I know exactly which one to pick. All right? So your assignment this week is a fun assignment, is I want you to use this paper, draw 7 different symbols to create your own song. All right? And we're only doing version number 2. The reason why Mr. Ridley wants to do version number 2 is the symbols that are in version number 2 are a little bit easier to draw than the symbols in version 1, 3, or 4. All right. You are more than welcome to play and have fun in those different versions, but Mr. Ridley's looking for the answers for version number 2. All right. Now, as far as submitting the work in, I'm going to do my best to make sure that the paper that I give you is something that you can actually submit your answers to. But since you're going to be drawing the pictures, a really good idea is maybe to take a picture of what you did and put it on the Google Classroom or in the Class Dojo so that I can actually see the work that you did, all right? Take your time with it. Have fun. It's a really, really fun assignment. Something that's really fun and I like to do. All right. So what I would love to be able to do is maybe next week see some friends that actually did the assignment, and when I can let you see what their song sounded like and see if it sounded anything like yours or if it was a little bit different. All right. All right, guys, so that's all the information that I have for you this week. Have fun with the assignment. Make sure that you're looking at all the videos and that you truly understand the difference between a steady beat and a rhythm. All right, guys? So until next week, I'll see you later. All right, be safe. Wakanda forever.